Let's start dreaming and focusing. All right, here we go. As vague as I can possibly describe someone. Let's start with skinny but strong.
Calvin Heimberg.
No.
Anthony Barella.
No. He is rather graceful. He doesn't look like he throws it very hard, but efficiency is his middle name.
Cannon Burr.
No. He has a very unique backhand, very, very recognizable. Locked in, I would almost call it. And then when he shoots forward, you just hear a little snap, and the disc comes out on what you would call an invisible string. It seems that way.
Casey
often.
White?
No. I would see some athletic shoes, probably Nike
Silas
branded. No. Some rather shorter shorts and jersey wearer. I don't think I've seen him wear polos basically ever. I could be wrong on this, but he is a jersey wearer.
Jake Brown.
Well, you guys suck. He probably wears a necklace. I'm pretty certain. And I would say he is rather light, even though he tans very well. Like Eagle kind of does. Like you can tell if he's been in the sun. He's a very good tanner.
Tristan Tanner.
No, what good guess. Okay, let's give a bit more. He is one of the most precise throwers of the disc in the world. Every time I play with him, I don't understand how I ever beat him. I don't beat him very often. Yes,
he is
finally.
a golden boy. It's true.
Finally,
he's
got
a good
it.
tanner.
Man, I just got totally lost with the tall and skinny. I just instantly eliminated too many people.
I didn't say tall and skinny.
Strong and skinny.
I said skinny but strong.
Strong and skinny but strong.
Yeah, Niklas is not tall.
No, he is skinny but strong though.
Yeah, all right. Well, welcome back after a 5-week hiatus.
Is that what it was? I was about to check.
It was at least 5 weeks, I think. A lot has happened. I think, personally, we should jump right into the saddest thing that has happened, if you are ready.
Is that for me? Yes, I'm ready. I just looked. January 1st. So it's been a month and some change. Boy... Wow. I'd like to start off by just speaking directly to our listeners out there. How's everyone doing? Just a little check-in on everybody. I don't know about you guys, but the last 5 weeks of my life have been an unexpected whirlwind. Like, absolutely not. There are some parts that were expected. The few weeks leading up to, or maybe even the month, I would say. Honestly, when you get to January, leading up to tour, the last 4 weeks, it's a lot of prep. You have to kind of, when you're driving, like I am, and you're gone consistently. So for me, it'll be 37 weeks this year until the end of the season, and I'll be home for Preserve, and then about 4 days before Europe. So, maybe about 15, 16 days at home for 37 weeks. So you kind of have to shut down, or I don't know about shut down, but you just have to end all of the things you're doing here at home for the last 3 months, like the lessons I was teaching, the putting leagues I'm going to, the strength training. So there's all of that expected stuff that always happens. But yeah, there was a lot of unexpected chaos, both in my personal life and in the world. Yeah, it's been a wild ride. So I'm doing surprisingly positive, surprisingly well. I'm still finding most of my days like in a pretty good mood, despite despite a lot of things. So I hope everyone else is also doing the same. Maybe it's not so chaotic in your life specifically, but I know for some it has been. So I just want to let you all know I'm thinking about every one of you guys, and I think for me, even through the last 5 weeks, just like being close and consistent with the people that I really, really, really care about, like in my immediate family. My sister just moved home. She started a new job at emergency department. She's an emergency ER tech. I've gotten to spend a lot of time with her. Both of our parents right now are in India for a month. So I think just like focusing on that stuff through the last 5 weeks has been really helpful for me. So, no longer with MVP. I guess I was certainly surprised, when I kind of had the phone call with team manager Andrew Johnson. I wouldn't say that it was like complete surprise. I think there was certainly like just kind of like some working differences between the two of us, and we had to work together a lot. I think we both really want what's best for MVP. But I think that the system is growing and kind of morphing into its final stage as like a good, really solid system, and I think we both decided that until that exists, it's probably best to be doing separate things right now. I think that's it's been an interesting kind of aftermath since that. Obviously, there's a lot of things all of a sudden that like happen. The biggest one for me is obviously MVP was a large client, and I did still plan to continue on the tour. So if I was going to do that, I did need to talk a lot with a lot of people, and try to put some feelers out there and try to find some new media work. I've had a lot of awesome conversations. I went out to Disc East at the last second, and that was actually really beneficial. I got to talk to a lot of people. But as some of you know out there, the talking is the easy part. Everybody wants to work with you, and it's like a conversation. And we're definitely making progress with some cool partnerships that I'm excited to announce. But there's also a lot of the reality of, I think at the beginning of all those conversations, it sounds a lot more promising maybe, and then you get down to the nitty gritty of it, and then you find out kind of, this is how much they really have the capacity to provide. And another thing that's been really interesting, so I'm trying to essentially get work for two different types of clients. One is a player who wants social media content either before or during the tournaments for their own personal pages. I've run Calvin's Instagram for the last few years. I'm going to be doing some work with Mr. Macbeth this year and his YouTube channel. And those are pretty simple. Where it gets really complicated is if I try to do work for brands. Last year with MVP, it was really easy because MVP is the top level tour partner with the Disc Golf Pro Tour. And it comes down to something that I'm sure some of you guys listening right now are like, all right, Joey, like, come on, let's get back to the Crush Boys. But there's some interesting thing about this media policy where if I want to shoot, for example, let's say I want to shoot for Prodigy and I want to shoot for Discraft and I want to shoot for Castaplast, all of those individual companies have to have a licensing agreement with the Disc Golf Pro Tour on their own. And I can't just shoot footage and send it out to a third party. And it was something that it dawned on me about a week into this whole process of what that was violating. And so I have been talking with the Pro Tour, and it's just interesting, but it actually really limits my ability to do consistent work at events because any company that I want to contract has to pay me and the tour for the footage. They have to pay me to shoot it, and they have to pay the tour for the rights. And obviously the rights are not cheap. And so yeah, it's been quite the process. I'm definitely looking towards a bit more car camping this year. Just looking at, I think I was already doing that, but this certainly pressure makes diamonds. So I think this is certainly thinking about just more efficient ways to travel. And I think it's kind of saving stuff and efficiency stuff that I've wanted to do. But I think I had the financial freedom to not have to be that cheap, I guess. And now out of a bit of necessity, but also just I think it's good. I want to start putting more money away anyway. So that's going to be really fun, interesting stuff moving forward with doing some more car camping this year. So I'm excited for that. And yeah, still going to be playing, throwing an open bag. I have some cool player and media partnership announcements that I'll be releasing over the next couple weeks. And for anyone who's interested in supporting the Tamale Tour this year, I will be doing a whatnot with Calvin Heimberg together down at his house in about a week from now. We'll make any sort of public announcement when we have the date set. But yeah, I'm going to be auctioning off a lot of good MVP discs that I've collected over the years. And yeah, all that proceeds will be going towards the Pepper Tour. But yeah, I'm feeling good. And I'm excited for the season. I've been throwing a lot. My back feels great. So just went to putting league and saw all the guys. So I feel excited for the season. And yeah, I think that's enough of me talking in a row. I think we should bump it back over to the boys. But there has been a lot to update you guys on.
I would say, to piggyback off of that, probably the question is, what is the future of the Crush Pepper podcast? And we're still kind of figuring that out right now. I don't know at what liberty we are to talk about exactly what's going on, but as of right now, I believe that OTB has kind of taken us under their wing, so to speak. We're still working out some negotiations with them, but instead of an MVP podcast, it's going to be an OTB podcast, which I'm sponsored by OTB, Joey's sponsored by OTB, and of course, OTB works closely with MVP in a lot of regards, so we felt like it's a good fit. So it's still a lot to be determined on exactly what that entails, but we're going to do our best to keep the Crush Pepper podcast rolling.
Yep. I suppose that is my first sponsorship. I'll be returning to OTB as a player. They were my first sponsor in 2021, so really excited to be back with Danny. That was Crush Pepper on OTB was a discussion that started happening actually last fall, and there was a lot of internal support from MVP for the podcast, but at the end of the day, they thought it would also end up being more beneficial, and just they felt like OTB would be able to support it better. So it's kind of not really it really had nothing to do with my personal departure from MVP, and it was already something that Andrew and I and Danny had been talking about. So I'm really excited. I love the guys at OTB. And what that means for you guys is, you get video now. So we have video, obviously here on the remote locations, and then we'll be having video when we're together with a single cam setup, and that's exciting. And we are going to have some artwork, a lot of the supplemental stuff that we're excited about, merchandise. We're really excited to start working on that stuff. So there should be some awesome crushed pepper news updates this spring for all you guys. But Simon?
Yeah, it's been a crazy couple long weeks. I mean, we haven't recorded since I went to freaking Puerto Rico. That is feels like a lifetime ago at this point. So, yeah, I had to go to Puerto Rico, and then I had to do an emergency trip over to Germany for family stuff. And then the Joey thing happened, and then the Disc Golf Expo happened, and ever since then we've kind of been scrambling to try to figure out what the heck is going on and what are we going to do. I felt terrible when I heard the news about MVP and Joey going separate ways. I did not expect it. I didn't see it coming. I was very disappointed. Still am. But I have to spoken with everyone involved, and it just sucks that it is the way it is, but it is the way it is. But I'm very glad that Joey has found other options and basically has reassured me that things will go on as planned. For one, we've already booked like 10 Airbnbs for the year. And the other, of course, the 10, podcast. Maybe. Then we have MVP practice rounds where Joey obviously was always the guy making stuff happen. Joey, in my life, Joey is like a needed link to so many things. So I was very confused for a long time what was going to happen. But it seems like not too much is going to change, which is nice.
No.
So, yeah.
I mean, I spoke with Andrew like at the expo afterwards, and we had a great conversation. And like personally, I really don't. I have regrets and disappointments about the situation, but not about like the human being involved at all. I think he's a fantastic guy, and I think MVP is a fantastic team of people. And I mean, my girlfriend Maria is still on Team MVP, so I'm not, and I'm still going to be. That's another answer to some people's questions. I will still be throwing a lot of MVP. I mean, I will not lie. The timing of all of this was probably the worst part of all of it. Was the timing. I think the job opportunities that I lost out on, that I have since found out about, that I could have made up some work with, and then in a lesser extent, the bag changing. But I like a lot of my discs. I don't really think I'm going to be switching. I'm switching a very few amount of discs over, but for the most part, going to throw pretty much exclusively MVP. But yeah, maybe 2 or 3 molds here or there. So, Eagle, you are home. How was Paradise?
It was paradise. I was not that stoked to get on the plane and come home. It was definitely up there with some of the best months of my life. I love Hawaii, and I would say, long story short, it's given me a goal in life, and I can. My hope is to work towards a scenario where I could spend a lot more time out there. So I could totally see a future Eagle retired in Hawaii. So I'm gonna keep that image in my head, and I'm gonna work hard towards it.
So here's a weird question. Here's a weird question. Is it just Hawaii specifically, or do you think other tropical islands would create the same? Not any tropical island, but do you think there's other tropical islands out there that would give you that same feeling, or is there something very specific about Hawaii?
Well, I'd have to go to those tropical islands, but I would say it has to do with Hawaii. The one of the age-old questions is, are you a mountain person or are you a beach person? And in Hawaii, you can be both, because it's literally a giant mountain volcano coming out of the ocean. And just the way of life out there, driving, everyone operates off of the Aloha framework. People let you in when you signal. People are just generally more laid back and nice. It feels like you're a part of a community when you're out there. And coming back to the mainland and getting cut off in traffic, and instead of giving someone a shaka, you get flipped
Welcome
the bird.
to Boston.
It's
Try
like
driving here.
All in all, it's just a more simple, better way of life. Being closer to the equator, I believe that humans evolved close to the equator, so your body functions better. You're able to eat locally sourced fresh fruit, locally sourced meat, go to the beach, get salt water on your skin, vitamin D. It's just, yeah, I could keep rattling off everything I love about it. But yeah, it's my goal in life to take Ratan and I out there at some point, and it's going to take a lot of working hard, making a lot of putts, throwing a lot of accurate drives, but it's incentive, and I'm excited for it.
Wow.
Well, I'm happy you're happy, Eagle. Throughout all of the last 5 weeks, whenever I've been calling and talking to you, for me, it's been like my little slice of paradise, just listening to you describe to me what you've been up to. So I appreciate it, and I'm glad that you're living it up.
Definitely a transformative experience. I thought I would share it because this is kind of crazy to me. Like late season last year, I went to go get some blood work done. So they did like a body scan. They took my weight. I weighed 173 pounds then, and I was at like 12% body fat. And they were saying like, oh, you're pretty lean. You might want to think about, putting on some weight or whatever. Since Hawaii now, I weigh 159 pounds and I'm 7.7% body fat, which is...
What's healthy?
I mean, I would say like it's a little bit flawed because you'd have to get like a DEXA scan to do something like proper, but like they say you want to be in like the 9 to 11 range if you're a male. But I talked with the doctors, like if you're a professional athlete and you're feeling good, it's like go by that. And I feel great. So I'm just going to run with it. Mm-hmm.
How was the wifey? How was her experience? Did she share your happiness for Hawaii?
Totally. I'm so grateful. I love Colorado. It's beautiful, but it's so dry here. So coming back, it just feels like we feel like mummies. We feel mummified after being in humid, warm weather, and it's definitely a little bit tougher on the body being at high altitude. The discs don't fly as good. So we're definitely missing it, but we're back to reality, and we're career driven. Let's just put it that way. We've been scrambling to get stuff done because we only have about 6 more days before we head out on the road. But yeah, we had a great time, made a lot of leaps and bounds in our personal and I would say professional lives. We got a lot of groundwork in place, and yeah, it was a tremendous decision to head out there, and I hope to do it again.
Yay.
Wow, I'm jealous. I'm not sure if you guys know how miserable the weather's been here. Probably Minneapolis actually hasn't been much better, but this has got to be the last winter I live in Massachusetts. There is no way I can ever do this again. It gets worse and worse every year. At the end of every winter, we're not even close to the end of the winter. It's freaking the beginning of February. And I'm like Googling places. Where can I move? Where is the weather nice? Where can I possibly go to get out of this? It is no longer for me.
Do you remember that call?
How long ago was this?
You called me. This was like 2 weeks ago. You called me out of the blue, and you're like, you've been to Florida, right? And I was like, yeah, a few
Oh,
times. And you're like,
that's
where
right.
do you think I should live in Florida?
I get that every single off season, and then at the end of the year, I always think, "Oh, I can do another winter here, no problem." I kind of like winter too. It's not like I don't enjoy snow or cold weather. Like I can handle it, no problem. But God damn it, it's brutal here. This has been the worst winter times 10. Like today was the first day over 32 degrees in like 2 months. It's been like 5 degrees every day for a month straight. Like you can't go outside. Like kids can't go outside when it's so cold. We're just stuck inside every day, and I'm going absolutely insane. And I have a quick little a quiz, just a one question quiz. I mean I've done this a couple times, but now I did it as thoroughly as possible. I went to our good friend ChatGPT and put in the 10 things I need in life that are the most important to me, and it gave me the location where I should move. Where do you think ChatGPT said I should move to check the most boxes of Simon Lizotte?
Is it in North America?
It is. The number one spot was in North America. The couple, I think it gave me 5 options. A couple were not in North America.
I don't know. I might say. I think I'm gonna say Tampa.
Okay, I'm gonna say Austin, Texas.
Hey, those are both very good guesses. But number one, completely out of the blue for me, was Raleigh, North Carolina.
Will Davis.
Hey, you go move next to our producer, Will.
Guess who I called a couple days ago to talk about how's Raleigh doing? But man, it checked every box, and then I did this thing where I put it up. I put Raleigh against Tampa. I put Raleigh up against Austin. Just places I've thought about moving to, or like Bend, Oregon is also always high on the list of places that gets recommended. And Raleigh was like demolishing all of them by the stats that I was asking for. So yeah.
Can you share those stats with us? Are you like comfortable sharing that with us?
I remember looking at basically a selection of the top rated places to live in the US for like young families. And the top 3 were Raleigh, North Carolina, Huntsville, Alabama.
Oh yeah, Huntsville's
Boulder,
high.
Colorado.
Boulder,
Colorado. Yeah, classic list. Raleigh was on my radar like years and years ago before I even had kids. But for some reason, I haven't thought about Raleigh in a while. It's been a lot of Florida thinking. But Florida, as many pros as Florida has, it has a couple too many cons where it seems like Raleigh just checks almost every single box, which is kind of crazy to think about.
What's the income tax difference between North Carolina and Florida?
Florida's 0.
I know.
Which is
That's why I
substantial.
asked. That's why I asked.
Yeah, I mean, financially, Florida is. I mean, yes, there is obviously the income tax thing, which is huge, but in Florida, you're paying crazy amounts for insurance and property taxes, and there's a lot of other things in Florida that kind of almost make up for the lack of income tax.
It's not that
and
bad.
In North Carolina,
4.25 scheduled to decrease further to 3.99 for tax years 2026 and beyond. So that's pretty low for income tax. 4%.
in North Carolina,
Yeah, that's the stats
Yeah.
for North Carolina.
I mean, compared to Massachusetts, everything is pretty good. It's wild.
What's Massachusetts?
I don't know. It's a
8%.
lot. Yeah.
8 or 9%. It's one of the highest.
Yeah. I love Massachusetts. Massachusetts is awesome in so many ways. It checks a lot of boxes as well, but these winters are... I don't even have to talk about it anymore. It's been all said so many times. But man, it's just... I just feel stuck inside. I literally feel like I'm stuck, and that feeling is horrible.
One of the best feelings that I had in Hawaii was waking up every single day, going outside at like 7 in the morning, and just moving around with my shirt off because it was like 70 degrees.
Yeah, that is the best.
Does it
It's
get
just the
that?
best.
Does it stay that warm in Raleigh throughout the winter? I don't know what like
No.
the lows are in Raleigh. Does it get down into
No.
the 50s, in the 40s?
Yeah. Raleigh gets snow, but it won't like stick for a month. Like they have winters and it gets below 40, sometimes even freezing. But it's just I don't mind that. I just can't handle it for 4 months straight. With
You can handle like 40 degrees, 50 degrees, little cold, not much snow on the ground, but when it's the first day in 2 months that's 32 degrees, that's unacceptable.
Unfortunately, I think I've reached the point of. I mean, I've been here for 8 years. I love so many things here, but I don't think I can do it again, unfortunately. Even though we just bought this incredible property and house here, and I love everything about it. It's like totally a dream come true. And it's clearly not decided yet if we're actually going to move. There's a lot of steps that will have to happen
You'll
before
go through
that.
summer and you'll be like, oh, it's not that bad. I can make it happen another winter.
Yeah, the cycle continues. We'll see. I will definitely make an effort to at least check out Raleigh with family a little bit and
That's
do
where
all the
Bodanza
research I
lives.
can. I know Bodanza just moved there as well. Evan Smith, the guy I play with the most on tour, lives there as well. And
How far is that from Diavolo disc golf course?
It's basically
Because that's
there.
in
Yeah,
it's in
it's right
Cary,
there.
right?
Yeah, it's right there.
It's 2 hours
I
from
just played
Lynchburg,
that.
which you're going to be there like
Twice.
multiple
All the
times
time.
a year for the next however many years you be.
And Charlotte.
I can
Yeah.
collab with the foundation guys all the time. Charlotte is 2 hours away. I can just drive over, hang out with Yuli and Germ and Conrad. Like, I mean, it really makes sense. Now, like, even the more I think about it, the more sense it would make to move. But me and my family are actually flying to Tampa next week already and spending a week before the tour starts, which is really nice. I just had to get out of the winter here so I can at least, like, I can't go outside and play. Like, it is unplayable conditions. It's been that way since the expo, which is now 3-4 weeks ago. Like, it is unplayable outside. So I don't want to start the tour not having thrown a disc properly in 4 weeks. That just doesn't sound good at all. So I'm going to use the week leading up as practicing some local courses around and just feeling like a human again. And at the same time, we're going to check out some of the Tampa suburbs as a family.
You're gonna
because
be
Tampa
right
was
next
also
to
on the
me.
list.
You're going to be
I
like
know.
less than 5 minutes from where I'm staying.
I know. I'm really excited to check out. I think it's called. What's it called? Pinella Peninsula or something? Pinella County, something like that.
Pinella County.
So we're gonna check out that area. They have like 3 or 4 highly rated courses, and I'm just excited to throw. Honestly,
You guys got to bring the kids over to the Heimberg pool.
That would be awesome if we get
Yeah,
an invite. We're so there.
Oh, they love having people over, like people they know. This is not an invite for you
we'll
listeners.
do a steak night. Perfect.
Yeah,
Steak
something like
night.
that.
Yep,
You were saying?
Yep. I don't remember. I'm just really excited to throw again. I threw 6 shots today at Maple Hill, randomly.
Nice.
Only 6.
I didn't. I threw exactly 6 shots, didn't collect any of them, and left. But that's part of a YouTube video tomorrow.
I would like to hear both of your takes on the new MVP additions to the team. Cal Longquist, Silas Schultz, Ida Emily Nesse, and the big honkin' signing of the offseason, the Goose Man, Aaron Gossage. I'd love to hear what you both think about those 4 additions to the team.
Should we go one at a time?
Yeah, sure. Let's start with Cal.
Cal Longquist. I mean, I was stoked to see Cal. I've known Cal for like 2 seasons now, and from my understanding, before he was on Innova, he was pretty familiar and threw a lot of MVP. Like, I talked to him a lot about like stuff that I should throw when I first joined. So it only seemed natural that he was inevitably going to join MVP, in my opinion. So I was super stoked, and I mean, Cal, pound for pound, probably the farthest thrower in the world. Insane technique, and just an all around sweet human being.
Now, pound for pound, you're probably the furthest throw in the world.
Oh gosh, that's true.
Yeah,
He might have you beat on the scale.
I don't know.
I think as far as
Cal throws farther than me.
how tall would you say Cal is? 5'9"?
Oh gosh, I don't know. 5'8", 5'9".
I would say for under 5'10" foot human beings, I think he throws the disc maybe further than anyone for someone that small. I think that's what's really impressive, is that like I do think he has a positive ape index, which means that his wingspan is a little longer than his height, for those who don't know the ape index. And the ape index is a good initial measure of whether or not you might have a genetic advantage to throwing discs if you have a positive ape index. So I'm not sure if he has one, but either way, he's small. So if he has it or doesn't, it's not giving him a massive advantage. And when you're that tiny, you have to have perfect technique. You can't afford to have inconsistent or something wrong with your form. So I gave him so many discs, but I don't think I've ever seen a kid so excited as when he received his Simon Lizotte care package in the mail. He was losing his mind when he opened those at the Dome.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. No, Cal, obviously part of the Airbnb family of the last 2 years. Good kid, the cello master, famous on the vlogs for good reason, and an absolute crusher of the disc. I think I only play 1 round with him last year. I know I played the most insane round of my life last year when he was on the card in Tampere at the World Championships, when I just had the luckiest round of all time. That was hilarious. But yeah, no, if he gets confident on the putting green, I mean, sky is the limit. So we're kind of all just kind of waiting for that day to happen. Hopefully the new discs trigger something.
Yeah, I've been training with him a ton, so it's been fun to watch him throw a bunch of the stuff that I gave him, a bunch of stuff that you gave him, a bunch of the new stuff. No, I mean, I don't think enough people give credit to the difference between being good at playing Weekend Warrior A tiers and the difference and being good on tour. Like, getting adjusted, I think some people are better suited for it. I think myself included. Like, I had traveled so much growing up that the tour was a bit easier for me to adjust to. But I don't know. I look at like a Paul Kranz. Like, that first year on tour sucked. Like, that it takes a lot of guys, like a year or two, some more than others, to really get comfortable with this whole routine. And there's a lot of things to get set up. I think it's really easy to look at athletes in other sports and be like, man, they just show up and play. And I think in a lot of sports that is the case, in the big sports that have teams around you. But when you're in a small sport like this, you're doing everything. You got to start the business, you got to track your expenses, you got to be your own accountant, your own promoter, your own chef, your own chauffeur. You're doing all of it, and you got to do it all well if you want to succeed. So I think that that's been the thing for Cal, is just like getting that whole thing down, finding his crew. He's really found his people that he travels well with, and he's going to be doing a lot of traveling with them this year. And yeah, I think, you guys said, it's only a matter of time. So, Ida, what did she get at Worlds? Was she top 5 at Worlds last year?
I honestly don't know too much about Ida yet.
I'll go look.
I have a Ida story that I can share.
Tell us.
Back in 2019, I did a Norwegian promotional tour, and I believe it was in Bergen. When we did our stop there was this, gosh, at that point it was like she was either 9 or 10 years old, and she clearly had talent and putted amazingly well. And then like I was thoroughly impressed by this girl who was Ida. Flash forward to when we come back to Norway, like 2023 for PCS Open. She introduces herself, and then she's playing FPO, and she's like placing against the best players in Norway, best players in the world. So I thought it was super cool to see her come up through the ranks, and I've always been aware of her name. Ratana is a big fan of Ida. She always has been really nice to Ratana, and Ratana's been really nice to her as well. So when we saw that she got the offer from MVP and she accepted, we're really stoked. Definitely one of, if not the best Norwegian pickup or European pickup you could probably get in that age range, and just in general.
This could be my favorite of the four, honestly. Like, you could really convince me this is the best one. She has so much potential. 7 wins last year, a couple notable finishes here at these are at Pro Tour events. 4th place at Konopiste, 6th place at Ale. She won the European Championships in the junior division, 9th at PCS, 6th at Krokol, 11th at Worlds, 5th at Turku, and 13th at Thropink. So very impressive resume. She made over $10,000 in winnings last year with basically a half season. Extremely impressive. And she's great. She's got the right support system. I think I met her dad. I think he travels a lot with her, and he's the right kind of dad. You can't be too pushy. You have to let them enjoy it. But you have to also support them and go to these events and be there. So he's the perfect balance.
Sweet. Can't wait to see what events she's going to play. I don't know if she's published any kind of touring schedule or tournament schedule, and I'll make sure to keep my eye on her starting now.
Silas
Schultz.
Silas, baby, that is incredible. I actually have a really embarrassing story, but I'm not sure if I'm going to share it yet.
Oh, come on.
I don't know if I've ever told this story to you before. I can't believe I'm going to share this. It's a bit embarrassing, but it's not that bad. So this is 2 years ago. We were talking about Silas Schultz to sign him with MVP. And at the same time, we were also talking about Paul Kranz as a signing for MVP.
I've heard this.
Oh, no. And of course, I'm close with Paul Kranz. He lives in Massachusetts. He's a frequent guest on the vlog. I support him in every way, of course. But MVP basically said that there's only room or budget or both. I don't remember what it was right now. It's too long ago. For one of them, Silas or Paul. And I tried to text Andrew. Okay, if it's between the two, I would go for Silas right now, just because of Silas's resume and social media and all that. And instead of sending that text to Andrew, I accidentally sent it to Paul Grant. And I felt so bad. I was so unbelievably shattered. And I was like, oh no, I just broke this boy's heart. I obviously instantly started typing apology and explanation of what I had just said. And Paul took it probably in the nicest and best way he could have. And took it more as like motivation. And obviously, we actually ended up signing Paul Kranz and not Silas that year. So it worked out either way, but that was
So they didn't take your recommendation. They went against your...
I don't know if it was their choice not to sign Silas that year, or if there was like complications, or Discmania had just had a better offer for Silas. I don't really know what exactly happened behind the scenes. I'm not usually that involved with signing people. In that case, for some reason, I was just talking with Andrew about Silas and Paul. So yeah, that was a mega fail on my end, and
wow,
now we have
never
both.
heard that one.
It worked
Never
out at
heard
the
that
end.
one.
Thank you, goodness.
Silas makes the
shout out
best.
Paul.
He makes my favorite content in the disc golf scene, in the disc golf sphere. I just think I love his style. I love his editing. I mean, I wish I was half the editor he is. Let's say that.
It's some good stuff. Crispy. He knows how to work the camera. Tremendous pickup. I mean, all three of those people are just like insane signings, honestly. And I feel like they fit so well into MVP's roster. And lastly...
Yep. Next.
The Goose. Crazy.
What a guy. Yeah. I didn't expect that to actually go through to the end. When I heard about the rumors and I talked to, of course, to Andrew about what's going on here with Goose, is this actually happening? And it was very unclear for a long time during the off season, but it all worked out. And just seeing Goose's first 2 A tiers he played in the last month, I mean, it seems to be a match.
Totally. Yeah, he's putting with Nomads. I think compared to what he was throwing with Discraft, the MVP is seeming like a pretty easy transition for him. We have the Delirium, Dimension, which are taking place of his nukes. I think he's liking Pyro for his Buzz OS type slot. And yeah, he's coming out firing. And I think, it was shocking to me. I didn't really know until they posted the silhouettes. Like, they kept me in the dark for a long time on all the signings. And as soon as I saw the silhouette, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. We're getting Aaron Gossage. So it was pretty crazy to me. But, I'm excited because he's still doing a lot of the practice rounds, if not all the practice rounds with Ezra. So it'll be a lot of visibility for MVP's brand and probably get a lot of people who were throwing his previous sponsor over to Gyro. So that's something that I'm happy about. And I'm excited to play some practice rounds with him because I know Simon and I kind of have different course opinions than Aaron. So it'll be interesting to hash it out and talk our different philosophies.
Great. Sneakily good offseason by Mr. MVPs, I would say.
Yeah. 4 in, 1 out. Pretty good.
Minus the loss.
I think it's a great pickup. I think Aaron Gossage represents and has a fan base that is unique and maybe MVP hasn't fully tapped into. I think him and Ezra's audience, they bring a lot of people over and interested in Gyro. I'm really curious to see if those Goose reactors fly the same as the MVP stamped ones, the Castle Hole, because holy cow, those reactors they're the best reactor. They might be the best mid-range I've ever thrown. They're exactly that stable flight that will never flip over and doesn't beat in off of a few tree hits, and it just goes absolutely dead straight with a tiny bit of left finish on high power. If those Goose reactors fly the same, that particle proton, the Eclipse reactors, the Elaine Kinks, those fly amazing as well. They hit a couple trees and they start flipping, and these particle protons, they're gonna be my go-to. I have 2 from last year. So have either of you guys reached out? I actually talked to him after he signed.
I sent him an Instagram message. I just said, if you need anything, let me know. I do my best to help out. And he seems excited about everything. And we're on the MVP team meeting. He was on there, and everyone was supportive. So, we're at his disposal if he needs us, or if he needs me.
Yep.
I sent him a text message, and he liked it. That's all I got
Nice.
back.
Nice. That's some guy stuff right there. Yeah, I called him. I just said, hey, if you need anything, let me know. He was really excited. He was down in Arizona at the time. And I think he's going to throw. I think what's cool is that he will probably. There's almost 90 molds now in MVP. So I love seeing how unique each team player's bag can be and what discs they lean on that other players don't. And I think every player kind of has that on the team. So that'll be cool. I have some insider information for the Gossage Ezra fans because I have their producer in the house with me, Eli Swanson. He does all the content. He just came back from New Zealand. Is that something else we didn't even talk about? Very quick shout out to one of my best friends, Eli Swanson, for winning the biggest event on the tour down under out of absolutely nowhere. Filming FPO every morning and playing. He was walking, he said, about 10 miles a day doing this stuff, and he takes down a win. Super awesome. Anyway, he just got back from New Zealand. He's here. We're about to have a big friends sauna cold plunge little outdoor backyard experience here in about 35-40 minutes, and but I've been talking with him about Goose and Ezra content, and the videos will be happening, but that's not all. There is going to be some very exciting announcements coming from that camp that I'm sure all the fans will be excited to hear. So great signings by MVP. I would just quickly want to go through the notable other people who changed and just hear your quick thoughts. So, Anakin Sten to Latitude 64. Pretty wild. Pretty good pickup, I would say.
Great
Pretty
pickup.
wild.
Then we've got Evan Smith to Discraft. Is it surprising to either of you guys that he's not on the tour team, even though he's 1037?
Yes. Very surprising.
Evan Smith is the best player no one talks about, hands down.
Yep. I think him and then maybe Kyle Klein is like second place for that.
That's true.
Yeah, that's a bit true.
Nobody talks about. Kyle Klein is like a better version of that because Kyle Klein has major wins and Pro Tour wins and still doesn't get talked about.
How is Kyle Klein so
see.
freaking good?
Because he has absolutely insane natural talent. Like, he might be one of the most... You and Kyle. But honestly, like, the way he throws forehands, it's like he's been throwing them his whole life. Corey Ellis signs with RPM. Shout out to Corey Ellis.
Classic.
Also big...
I'm not shocked.
No, it's classic.
Yeah, he's down there. And big shout outs to Hannah Wynn and Austin Turner for what I would say are well-deserved promotions onto the elite team. They both had really good years last year.
Hannah Wynn is like shot up so significantly. That's pretty.
Yep.
Her rise is impressive.
And
Chris
Austin
Clemens.
also, he was finally good for the first time in years.
Well, and I think he, in the last few years, has really committed to touring more and more and more, like really being out there. And I think he's found his squad with Anthony and Adam as they've kind of come. I think when Austin was first good, those guys weren't really heavily on tour. I feel like Austin's been playing forever. So
Yeah, he left the tour for like a good 3 or 4 years, and then came back.
I remember when he started to come back, he just started doing videos with another round and then would pop out to a couple of pro tours and get top 30. And then it seemed like the last couple of years he started to really kind of pick up the pace. Chris Clements back to Dynamic Discs. Shout out to Chris. And another FPO pickup for Latitude, Yulia Fors. I think that's another great
Forsh.
addition. Forsh. And then 3 big European Discraft additions. Daniel Davidsson, Nestori Tukanen, and Cynthia Klesberga sign with Discraft. A massive move as they continue moving into Europe. I personally think Niklas is next, but that's just my opinion. There's no truth behind that at all. It's just a wild guess. But Daniel Davidsson, in my opinion, was the best player who didn't have a sponsor last year. 1030 something top.
He took down All Open, right?
He
maybe
destroyed
two
All
years ago.
Open. He won by 2 years ago. He won when I played. He won by 7, 8. I mean, he crushed. He won Finnish Nationals last year as well. Super excited for him. So he absolutely deserves it. He's finishing school this spring, but he's one of those guys who's ready to jump on a big tour soon, and he's going to be one of those Finnish guys that you're just like, where did this guy come from? Tampere is his hometown. So Nestori Tukanen, another huge move. He used to be on Latitude. Great addition. I hope to play a lot of darts with him this year. And then Cynthia. I mean, Cynthia was leading a major this year. I mean, she kind of came out of the woodwork this year. It was, honestly, she's a Latvian version of Austin Turner. She's been playing for a long time. She's popped out to a few tournaments here and there. She's been learning, improving, and then a couple of the ones she popped out to, she had so much success, she really decided to start to commit last year, and it started to really pay off at the end of the year last year. She started getting some really high finishes, so yeah, I am not sure if there's any other massive...
Kevin Jones is unsigned right now, right?
That's right. Kevin Jones is unsigned.
Or he's on OTB.
Yep.
OTB team member. That's kind of a shocker.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the every offseason that we progress away from the pandemic, it looks a little more sleek and a little more grim. And I think the sport is doing a lot to try to figure out how to support touring pros, because obviously there's money in making discs, and obviously the tour is on a really positive path towards being a profitable company. So there's obviously money there as well. So just kind of figuring out the ways to support disc golf pros on the road who aren't in the top 20 in the world. And
honestly,
that is really
there's some
interesting.
instances too, like Kevin, in theory, with OTB, if he's willing to hustle, is probably might be more advantageous to him than being a part of a company at a lower deal.
I mean, I will
he
say,
has tons of freedom.
For myself, my player deal on MVP, I wasn't getting any money for reimbursements for tournaments this year. So for me, I was on a contract that was going to support me with Tour Series discs and discs for myself, but I already had discs for myself, and I can get Tour Series discs through OTB. So for me, that was that was probably the least painful part of all of it, was losing the player sponsorship, because it was, like you said, Eagle, those low end deals, they don't really do much, and I mean, it costs. At minimum, it probably costs $30,000 to put a person on the road for a full year if they're sleeping in their car the whole way, every event, and they pay for the tour card. You could maybe do it for under 20, but if you're going to be staying at Airbnbs or staying anywhere nice, you're looking at $50,000-$60,000 very fast in travel expenses and living expenses. So, how many unique players is each manufacturer willing to give that kind of money to? I think that number is getting smaller and smaller every winter, and it's sort of unfortunate, because I think a lot of people.
It's just more and more players are coming in.
I would also think that I think the teams are. I guess Discraft's elite team is getting bigger, but Prodigy's team is. Oh, that's the last one. Seppo leaving Prodigy. That was one I wanted to ask you guys about. And that comes along with the news of Power Grip taking over Prodigy Europe. So the Payu family is officially done with Prodigy discs.
Maybe Seppo and Yusi will reunite and start something new.
That's what I thought too.
Really?
Yeah, I had the exact same thought. I reached out to Yusi yesterday and was like, "What's going on? Any plans in life?" He said, "No,
Did you-
ice hockey and chill."
You
Ice
were at
hockey
the
and
disc
chill.
golf world. You saw the disc golf world rumors, and you had to confirm for yourself.
What disc golf world rumors?
Oh, they were saying that there was rumors that UC was trying to make a comeback at buying Discmania again, but I mean,
Oh, I didn't believe that when I heard that.
I didn't either because I knew some of the numbers of how he sold it, and I was like, that's a lot of money.
A lot of money, a lot of work.
Yeah,
A lot of life.
and I think I think that's like not what he wants. I think he's going in the other direction. He's trying to reduce work in his life.
Totally.
Simon, would you
Yes,
whine
sir.
for us?
I won't whine for you, but I have a tiny little game that is not going to take too much time. But it came up today, and I thought I have to do it. It is a bit silly, but I was playing with my daughter and her little animal figurines today, and we just play this game where I hold up one of the animals and ask her, "What's this?" And she says it, and the animal I held up was a grasshopper. And the way she just says grasshopper is like just the cutest thing ever. And then I was just randomly thinking, like, wait, this thing is called a grasshopper because it hops in grass. That's like such an on the nose kind of name giving. And then I was wondering, like, why aren't all animals named like the grasshopper was named? And then I went even further down a dumb rabbit hole in my brain where I was like, what if discs were named like the grasshopper was named by just exactly what they do? So then I went to I'm sad I don't have the creativity to do it myself, but I went to ChatGPT and said, "Hey, give me disc names that were named with the same logic the grasshopper was named." And I'm going to read you 6 disc names, and I want to see if you can guess what disc it is by its name.
Love it.
Okay.
I'm going to
What,
say these
are
are
they
all
MVP?
they're under the MVP umbrella.
Okay.
All right, the first one, I'm going to go with short. This disc is called the Short Dump Bricker.
Short dump bricker.
Entropy.
Ding, 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 ding. I knew Joey was going to be good at this game. Okay,
Short
the
dump
next one.
breaker.
The next one, the ground hitter.
The ground hitter.
Yes.
The berg or the
range?
range.
A good guess, but not right. Think about more. I want to get to the ground fast.
Energy.
Along those lines, yes.
Deflector.
Ding, ding, ding. You got it. Deflector is the ground hitter. These ChatGPT came up with all these, by the way. It's pretty impressive. All right, this one, I really like this one. This one is called The Same But Straighter.
The same but straighter. The proxy.
Yes. I'm so glad you got that. That's an incredible guess.
Nice, Eagle.
That was probably my favorite name ChatGPT came up with.
The
Like,
same
how
but
does it
straighter.
do that? To call the proxy same but straighter, because that's exactly what it is. It's amazing. Okay, the next one is the do exactly that.
Bokeh.
No, but
Do exactly that.
Fireball.
nope. Bokeh was the right direction of thought.
I say
Hex.
trail.
Hex,
Hex,
eagle,
nice.
ding, ding,
Oh,
ding,
we're
ding.
tied.
2-2.
Okay, we have 2 more. Oh, this one's a bit tough. This one's called "Why Did I Buy This?"
Turbulence.
Energy. Energy.
Wait, what? No. No.
I said turbulence.
No. Do you have one more guess?
Dimension.
That's a good guess, but not right.
Delirium.
Yes. Ding, 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 ding. Very good. Okay, and the last one. This is for the tie, Joey. It's called the Gentle Turn Bomber.
The wave.
Mayhem.
The
time
wave
lapse.
is correct. What a good guess, Eagle.
What a comeback.
Eagle takes
My
the win.
goodness.
What a...
4-2.
That worked way better than I expected, so
That
good
was-
job, guys.
Good thinking to take Mia's cuteness and turn it into a game.
Yeah, I was very excited.
What a rabbit hole, Simon. That was a beautiful rabbit hole you went down.
I loved it.
Grasshopper.
Well, what's on the docket, boys? What is happening in the short term before Florida?
I'm leaving for Florida in less than 4 days. Hopefully 2 days from now. Hopefully on Thursday. But packing. And contracts. Independent contractor contracts. I have gotten... Me and Blake have been doing contract lingo. So that's the plan. Are we gonna tell the fans our frequency, our release plan, like that we're gonna be doing this a little more consistently this year than last year? How much do we want to tell them?
Let them be surprised at our consistency.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, we'll prove it
Under
to you. How about that?
promise, over deliver.
That's right. We would like to be more consistent for you guys this year, and we would also like to prove it to you instead of making big claims.
That's how I
All
want
right.
my life to be, to under promise and over deliver.
I want to talk about this because we got it. Simon, I don't even really know. Could you even tell me, could you take us back? I know you talked about it on a previous episode, but we actually got this sent into us by Sam S. This is
Sent into us.
a Whittler. A Whittler.
That's
Whittler disc.
unbelievable. I haven't seen a Whittler in a way too many decades. So I'm really stoked. With Glenn Whitlock, absolute disc golf legend from Canada. One of my all-time heroes. One of my core memories really growing up in disc golf was playing doubles with Glenn Whitlock, and I had no idea who he was, and he blew my mind. So I am thankful to whoever sent that to us, and I will happily receive it as a gift, and we'll always remember that day.
Shout out to Sam S. for sending that to us. Yeah. Guys, thanks for sticking with us through the 5 weeks. Boys, thanks for continuing on with this amazing show. I'm really excited for the year. Yeah. What are we going to name this episode? Welcome back?
We're still doing it.
Or what's the... or should we do one of the disc names? Same but straight?
Same but better.
Same
but straighter. No, we can't do
Same
that.
but straighter. Or what was the entropy?
Short
We
break
need-
dumper.
Short break dumper. That is a great title for the episode.
I think that's it.
A short brick dumper. Yeah, people are going to click on that for sure.
All right, Eagle, send us out.
I want to shout out to my mom. It's her
Oh.
birthday today. Okay, now Eagle, you can
Oh.
send us out.
Shout out to Mrs. Lazat. Did you call her?
Oh yes.
Is it a mandatory like singing happy birthday? In my family, you have to do that. You don't even get to say hello to them. You have to start by singing.
Oh. No,
Well-
no.
Our Scoville units, thank you for being patient with us. Thank you for sticking with us this whole time through our hiatus. We're back and we're better than ever. So stay tuned for the next episode. We love you. And until next time, hang loose, shaka, aloha, and mahalo.
Peace.
I might go see Bill Murray in Europe, William.